Welcome to Pixel Craft Spotlight, where we showcase some of our favorite pixel artists and 8-bit crafting enthusiasts.
And today on Pixel Craft Spotlight, we'd like to welcome Erika Childs, aka Pixelated Comfort. An absolutely amazing pixel quilter, if that's a word. Pixel quilter? She makes giant pixel quilts. You've got to check them out, guys.
Hey there, Brad. Hey there, Isaac. Hello, audience. Thank you guys so much for having me on your show. I really couldn't believe it when you reached out to me because I do not feel like I am cool enough, but I am excited to be here.
What would you say is your favorite video game of all time?
I love the whole Legend of Zelda franchise, but more specifically, Majora's Mask. I think it's so cool because it was like Link was never sealed away and got to actually have a childhood, and you got to experience it with him through his adventures. Also, the concept of by wearing different masks, you essentially got to be different characters. My favorite being, the Deku Scrub and the Fierce Deity. The whole game just had this really creepy, cool vibe, and I've actually made quite a few Majora's Mask quilts, and I am currently working on a Majora's Mask quilt, so keep your eye out for that.
Alright, I'm going to give my 2 cents here. I'm not a big fan of Majora's Mask for that exact reason. I don't like playing as Child Link. I find him to be kind of annoying, actually. I prefer the adult Link. In Ocarina of Time, that was my favorite part of the game, when I can finally be an adult. Do you have any thoughts, Isaac?
My favorite Zelda game is A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo. But I have to admit that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has, amazed me incredibly.
Well, I kind of prefer Wanda Gamelon myself.
Oh boy!
I think it's pretty underrated. I mean, the animation is just skookum, eh?
Brad, who is this guy?
Oh, hey there. I'm Mike the intern. I run everything behind the scenes, eh?
You're not a paid intern, right?
No, I haven't been paid or nothing. I don't even have a green card. I don't even know if I could get in trouble for saying these lines over here, eh? You think I could get in trouble for this? I don't know, eh?
He's perfect.
Alright, well, next question. What is your favorite quilt that you've created? I personally can't choose one because they're all incredible.
It's so hard to choose a favorite because I literally love every quilt I get to make. So instead of choosing one, I'm gonna choose several. Most recently, I had a collaboration with Lane Pixel Art on this gorgeous Kirby quilt. And I just want to say that she is a fantastic artist. I basically threw these ideas and concepts at her, and somehow she turned those jumbled thoughts into a masterpiece. The end result was just so cute and colorful and intricate. I'm so happy with the reception it got because it was such an honor to make. Another favorite quilt of mine would have to be the One Piece quilt I just finished. I started it at the beginning of the quarantine, but obviously the world kind of went in lockdown for a few months, so it was so hard to get fabric. I would get few colors here and there when I could, and months later I finally finished it, and it was such an intricate, complex design that when it was finished, I just felt like I could do anything. One that holds a special place in my heart would have to be the very first quilt I ever made. So back in 2013, I had a huge crush on this guy, and he loved Mega Man and had everything related to Mega Man. From like shirts, to hats, to figures, and the games of course. So when Christmas rolled around, I did not know what to get him. I had some experience sewing, so I thought, what better way to woo a guy than with something handmade? So I did some research on how to make a quilt, and back then I cut each square with scissors, so it was horribly uneven. But honestly, seeing his reaction when he got it just overjoyed me, and so that quilt is definitely not my best quilt, but just the memories and love that it holds makes it my all-time favorite. And from that point on, I was making quilts for my family and friends and getting better at quilting and getting better tools to quilt. And then suddenly I was being approached by people I didn't even know wanting their own handmade quilt. which is basically how Pixelated Comfort started, and I can't even begin to explain how happy it makes me that something so amazing came from that very first quilt. Also, fun update, I am now happily married to the guy I made the Mega Man blanket for. So I think that speaks to the power of a handmade quilt.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the Kirby quilt. That one's just perfect.
Doing these giant quilts, I can't help but wonder, what's your biggest hurdle?
I'd say the biggest hurdle for making these larger quilts is just the time. And possibly the back pain, but mostly the time. The design process alone can take anywhere from a few days to a couple of weeks, just because I want to make sure the design is perfect. Mapping out the design can be 1 or 2 days, and I'd say actual construction of the quilt is 150 to 200 hours for the larger pieces. So it's a lot of sitting, a lot of sewing, and a lot of watching TV shows. Another challenge would have to be the space it takes to make those large quilts. So at the very end of the process, it needs to be completely laid out, and I need to take over my living room essentially. I push all of the furniture out, including the couch, the rugs, and for a while that section of the house is just mine until I finish.
Wow, I commend you for your hard work. Truly, truly amazing.
So I've actually ordered a Sonic the Hedgehog quilt from you, but that I probably won't see for quite some time as I have to get in line here. But could you possibly tell us the other projects that you have lined up?
My plans for the future are actually just to continue making quilts. I've had a lot of jobs in the past, and this one has been by far the most fulfilling. Every day I get to wake up and create something new and exciting for really wonderful people, so I can see myself doing this forever. I think I would like to add maybe matching pillowcases to go with the quilt so it's all one big set, and even branching out to things like shirts, stickers, and tote bags. You know, things that would cause me far less back pain.
Well, that's a wrap, guys. That's all the time we have today. And Erika, I would like to thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you, Brad and Isaac, for supporting artists like me and having me on your show. I'm excited to see what creators come on next, and thank you again. Bye, guys!
Erika, thanks so much for being on the show, and thanks everybody for watching. So until next time on Pixel Craft Spotlight.